The next step in this process is that we want to make sure that the woodruff key slides easily through the crankshaft gear, because we don't want to have anything snag. And so I have polished that up slightly using 3000 grit sandpaper to make sure that, and I treated a little bit on the inside here just to make sure that things slipped easily back onto the end of the crankshaft. We've got the woodruff key in place here in the crank. It was fitted in fairly well and then need to be adjusted, so I've used just a brass punch and a hammer to get this so that it was perpendicular with the crankshaft, so nice and level. There was a small burr just at the lower portion here, so I've just dressed that slightly with a file on a couple of the planes here, and that took care of that small burr. And then just to did a little quick test fit on the gear. So this now drops nicely up and down on that shaft, sliding through that woodruff key. And so that is drops down there nicely, nice and level across. And so we are now ready to start degreeing the cam. So the next process is setting up the DTI gauges, and that's the next process. We've got the preliminary setup in order to begin degreeing the cam. And that first process is making sure that the number one cylinder is at top dead center. And we do that by putting a DTI gauge on the uppermost post part of that, on the rim of that number one piston, and rotating it until we find that it is at its peak. And then that is confirmed when we also have this keyway woodruff key is pointing at 12 o'clock. And then we have our dot-to-dot cranked and cam basically pointing up towards that 2 o'clock position, or right about this hole right up here. And that's where we will set things initially. I'll be dropping the chain on there, and then we'll begin degreeing the cam. I'm going to start off with the original keyway in the camshaft, and we'll take a measurement just to see where we are at that point. And then from there, we'll make any adjustments we need in order to bring that camshaft up to approximately 106 degrees.